Happy New Year, everyone, and welcome back. It feels like we just hit publish on last year's predictions, but here we are again at the start of another year, another chance to peek into the AI crystal ball.
Absolutely. And I gotta say, this year's AI Daily News Digest, it really feels different. Like there's this palpable buzz this time.
Right. Like, it's not just about what AI will do, but what it can help us do.
Exactly. It's like AI is shifting from, just understanding to actually taking action.
And speaking of action, Andrew Ng, he kicks things off with this infectious enthusiasm about how AI is going to revolutionize software development, especially prototyping.
Oh, yeah. He's all about making AI practical. Right.
Totally.
Yeah.
But the thing is, he makes it sound so fun, too. Like, he was talking about building AI-powered flashcards for his kids,
Oh.
you know? And then in the next breath, he's describing how he built this tool to track deep learning, AI's finances, like it was no big deal.
And that's kind of the point, right? AI is becoming this accessible tool that anyone can use to bring their ideas to life.
And fast. Like, he was emphasizing how quickly you could build these prototypes with AI
Yeah.
because they don't have to be perfect right away.
Yeah, and that's a big shift from traditional software development where, you need everything perfectly defined up front.
Plus, he mentions these platforms like Bolt and Replit Agent that make deploying these prototypes even easier. So it's
Yep.
like if you have an idea, AI can help you get it out there in the world faster than ever before.
It's really empowering. Like AI is becoming this catalyst for innovation and creativity.
Okay, so now that we've got that foundation, let's shift gears a bit and talk about the hopes these leaders have for AI in 2025, because each one has a unique vision. And it's fascinating to see how they all fit together, like Hanno Bass from Stability AI. His focus is on AI empowering artists.
And specifically, he's talking about generative AI, the kind that can create things like images or music. He sees it as this incredible tool that can free up artists from all those tedious tasks that can really bog them down.
So instead of spending hours on color correction or background details, they can focus on the heart of their creative vision.
Exactly. And he's not just talking about established artists either. He really emphasizes the importance of making generative AI accessible to everyone, regardless of their technical skills.
Which makes sense because there's
Yeah.
this whole debate about AI safety
Mhm.
and, making sure this technology doesn't become this exclusive tool for the tech elite.
Yeah, and Bassi addresses that head on. He believes that for generative AI to truly flourish, it needs to be safe, reliable, and user-friendly. So he envisions a future where there are all these specialized AI models available, catering to a wide range of artistic needs and skill levels.
Okay, so generative AI for the arts. Got it.
Right.
Now, this next one is really cool. David Ding from Udio, the music creation app. He's predicting that AI will soon be able to generate entire cinematic experiences. We're talking music, sound effects, dialogue, the whole shebang.
It's like having a virtual film crew at your fingertips. You could essentially direct your own movie with the help of AI. The creative possibilities are mind-boggling.
And if you think about it, we're already seeing this happening in bits and pieces. Like Meta has that model called Movie Gen that can create video clips with music. So it's not as far-fetched as it might sound.
Right, and that leads to the big question, right? What happens to human creativity when AI can do all this?
Yeah, I mean, is this the end of artists as we know it?
Ding doesn't think so. He sees AI as a tool that enhances artistic expression, not replaces it. It's like a starting point, a rough draft that artists can then build upon and refine using their own unique skills and perspectives.
So AI becomes this creative collaborator rather than a replacement.
Exactly. And that brings us to Joseph Gonzalez from UC Berkeley, who makes a pretty bold claim. He believes we've already achieved artificial general intelligence, or AGI.
Well, hold on, AGI, like the kind we see in sci-fi movies.
Well, not exactly. He's talking about AGI in terms of generality, meaning that AI can now handle a wide range of tasks, often performing as well as or even better than humans.
So it's not about AI being sentient or conscious, but about its capabilities becoming incredibly broad.
Right, and he even gave some really cool examples of his students using AI in practical ways, like getting lectures re-explained in a way that makes sense to them, or creating personalized study guides. It's like having a super smart tutor available 24/7.
Okay, so that's pretty impressive. But if we've already achieved AGI, what's next?
Well, Gonzalez brings up a crucial point. He says we're moving beyond the hype phase of AI and entering a phase where it needs to demonstrate real value.
So less talk, more action.
Exactly. We've seen the potential. Now it's time to deliver tangible benefits. We need to see AI being used to solve real world problems, not just wow us with its capabilities.
Okay, so we've covered a lot of ground here. We've talked about AI's role in prototyping its potential to empower artists, the possibility of AI-generated movies, and even the claim that we've already achieved AGI. Where do we go from here?
Well, this is where the conversation gets even more interesting. We've explored the possibilities, but now we need to delve into the specifics. How do we make AI more data efficient? How do we ensure that agentic AI acts responsibly? And how do we leverage AI to build a more connected and understanding society?
Those are some big questions. And luckily, we've got more expert insights to guide us. Let's jump right back in.
It's funny. We talk about all these amazing things AI can do, but one of the biggest challenges it faces is actually pretty basic. It's all about the data.
Oh, yeah, the whole data-hungry AI thing, right? Like
Hmm.
these models need mountains of information just to learn the basics.
Exactly. And Albert Go from Carnegie Mellon, he really drives this point home. He's like, humans, we can learn from just a handful of examples, but AI needs these massive data sets. It's a real bottleneck.
So how do we fix that? Like, can we make AI learn more efficiently?
Well, Ge believes that data efficiency is kind of the holy grail of AI research. If we can crack that code, it'll have huge implications for everything from model design to real-world applications.
So it's not just about feeding AI more data, it's about making it smarter about how it uses that data.
Exactly. And he connects this idea to a bunch of other cool research areas like, data curation, feature engineering, and even multimodality, like teaching AI to learn from images, text, sound all at once.
So basically, if we can make AI learn more with less data, it'll be a win-win across the board.
Absolutely. And think about it. Imagine AI that's less prone to those weird hallucinations we hear about all because it's become a much more efficient learner.
Okay, so less data, more learning. Got it. Now let's shift gears again and talk about Mustafa Suleiman from Microsoft AI. He's got this really intriguing idea about AI seeing the world through our software.
It's like AI is becoming our co-browsing buddy, right?
Eh,
Instead of just passively processing information, it's starting to understand the context of what we're doing and why we're doing it.
So AI is moving from observation to understanding to maybe even anticipation.
In a way, yeah. And Suleiman's actually working on AI co-browsing technology that's making this vision a reality. It's like a glimpse into a future where AI is seamlessly integrated into our digital lives, almost like an extension of our own minds.
It's wild to think about. But with all this talk about AI becoming more integrated into our lives, the question of reliability becomes even more important.
Absolutely. If we can't trust AI to be accurate and dependable, then its usefulness is going to be pretty limited.
And to that point, Suleiman seems pretty optimistic. He believes that by next year, interacting with AI will be at least as reliable as using a search engine.
Which is a pretty high bar, but it shows how far we've come in terms of making AI more robust and trustworthy.
Okay, so AI that understands our context and is becoming increasingly reliable. That's pretty impressive. But hold on tight, because Suleiman takes it a step further with his concept of agentic AI.
Yeah, he even uses the term artificially capable intelligence, or ACI. It's like AI is graduating from being a helpful assistant to becoming a proactive problem solver, actively working to make our lives easier.
So AI is not just understanding our needs, but actually taking steps to fulfill them.
Exactly. Think about AI managing our schedules, booking appointments, handling those tedious everyday tasks, even interacting with the physical world through robots or smart devices.
It's like having a personal assistant who can anticipate your needs and take care of things before you even have to ask.
Exactly. And this is where things get really interesting because with agentic AI, we're talking about AI that can have a real impact on the world, not just in the digital realm.
But that also brings up a whole host of new challenges, right? Like, how do we ensure that agentic AI acts ethically and responsibly? What about unintended consequences?
Right, those are all valid concerns, and Suleiman acknowledges them head on. He emphasizes the importance of safety, security, and ethical considerations as we move towards a future with agentic AI.
So it's not just about building powerful AI, it's about building it responsibly.
Exactly. It's about designing and deploying AI in a way that benefits humanity as a whole, not just a select few.
Okay, so we've got AI that can help us prototype, create art, generate movies, learn more efficiently, understand our context, and even act on our behalf. It's a lot to process.
It is, but it's also incredibly exciting to think about the possibilities. And speaking of possibilities, let's shift our focus now to Audrey Tang, Taiwan's digital minister. She brings a really unique perspective to the table, focusing on the societal impact of AI and how we can use it to bridge divides rather than widen them.
Okay, I'm intrigued. Tell me more.
So we've got all these incredible advancements in AI happening, but it's not just about the technology itself, right? It's about how we use it.
Exactly. Like, what kind of future do we want to build with AI?
Right. And Audrey Tang, she really emphasizes this point. She believes that AI has this incredible potential to foster empathy, understanding, collaboration, all those things that seem to be in short supply these days.
It's almost like she's saying we can use AI to counteract the polarization and division we see so much of online.
Yeah, it's like instead of using AI to create echo chambers where we're just surrounded by people who think like us, we can use it to connect with people who hold different views and maybe even learn something along the way.
So how do we actually do that? Like, how do we use AI to build bridges instead of walls?
Well, Tang proposes this idea of pro-social platforms, online spaces that are designed to promote understanding and constructive dialogue.
So it's not just about the technology, it's about how we design and use it.
Exactly. Like imagine social media algorithms that actually recommend content that challenges our assumptions and exposes us to diverse perspectives.
Instead of just feeding us more of the same stuff we already agree with.
Right. It's about breaking out of our filter bubbles and engaging with the world in a more nuanced and empathetic way.
That's a really powerful idea. And it kind of gets to the heart of what we've been talking about this whole time, right?
Huh.
It's not just about AI being smart, it's about AI being good.
Exactly. It's
Yeah.
about using AI to create a better world, not just a more efficient one.
And that brings us back to something Andrew Ng said at the very beginning of this AI Daily News Digest. He was like, go build,
Yeah.
you know.
It's a great reminder that we all have a role to play in shaping the future of AI. It's not just for the experts or the tech giants, it's for anyone with an idea, a problem. They want to solve a vision for a better world.
And that's what I love about this year's AI Daily News Digest. It's not just about predicting the future, it's about inspiring us to create it.
So as we step into this new year, let's approach the possibilities of AI with both enthusiasm and a healthy dose of critical thinking.
Let's explore its potential while being mindful of its implications. Let's ask tough questions and work together to ensure that AI is a force for good in the world.
Because ultimately, the future of AI isn't something that's going to happen to us, it's something we're going to build together.
And on that note, we've reached the end of our deep dive into the world of AI in 2025. We hope you found it insightful, inspiring, and maybe even a little thought-provoking.
Keep learning, keep exploring, and most importantly, keep asking those big questions.
Until next time, stay curious.